Hello, it's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So, being a former military veteran in Navy SEAL Team 6, 24 years, and then 11 years in the CIA, working to discover and eliminate terrorists, I can tell you that most of the military, so that's keyword most of the military, is with Trump. Um, Now, a lot of you might be saying, well, why hasn't the military responded yet? Why haven't they gone after these evil people? And I can tell you the reason why is because not all of the military is for Trump. All of the military, um, in some instances, can be um, a deciding factor, a good part of them, and what happens. Because I think this has been the case. We go back to the Vietnam War, we go back to World War I and II. All of these wars, not everybody agreed with those wars, but they followed the president. Now, because America is mixed, we have, as we're seeing right now, you know, some people, some people support Biden, and but most people don't, and that list is growing by the day, and because there are some people that still support him throughout the entire spectrum of American society, that also includes the military. Now, think about that. A lot of you have been wondering why the military has not done something about obvious problems that are going on in America right now and the world. Because right now, as America goes, so goes the world. And that's the way it is. Uh, if the deep state basically takes America, the golden prize, they control the world. All right. So the military is very, very important right now. Now, knowing that there is a good percentage, I'd say maybe 25%, maybe a little bit more of the American military that is not completely with the former administration and the Constitution, really. Uh, they're supposed to be. So we've heard that there is going to be a new reading of the Constitution, and that American military, especially the Navy, this is where I heard it was going to happen. They have to say their oaths again. Raise your right hand, put your hand on the Bible, and swear that you will defend the Constitution against foreign and domestic enemies. So I said that oath over and over again throughout my 24-year career, and I still feel that way. Still feel that way, even though I haven't been in the military for a long time. I still feel that it's my obligation to uphold the Constitution and defend America against foreign and domestic enemies. So we right now are under extreme threat by domestic enemy. And I've been saying that for a long time. A lot of people have been saying that are in the know. People behind the scenes looking at things are saying that there are still some in the military that don't want to play along with what needs to be done. All right. So some of these people are being convinced to either step aside, leave, or don't interfere. So let's look at a few things. So as I share the screen, I'm going to show you guys that there's been for quite some time some silliness going on in the military, right? Trump did a lot of work clearing out the military. But even when I was in, I would say that 95%, at least when I was in, of the special forces would have, and probably still do, support Trump. And that there is a very small percentage that would not support him. And we've seen some of these people come out. We have seen a lot of people all the way through the ranks that support a non-Trump, you know, and that non-Trump would be a clone Biden, I mean, a Biden administration. So, you know, it's real frustrating. I mean, we're seeing it right now with the states that still have the lockdown, with the governors that are still imposing draconian, rules. It's just what it is right now. Not everybody is for what's right, in my opinion. All right, and that's my opinion. And there's some people that think I'm out of it, but I think that I speak for the majority right now. And pretty much the whole world is wanting America to succeed, right? So part of that success has to be that the military does their thing, all right? I think that we're very close to that point. There are still some elements that may have been resisting, that may have been getting in the way. They're being convinced to do otherwise. And like I said, either step aside, resign, or, just don't get involved, right? Just don't get involved. So let's look at some of these articles that happened throughout the last couple years. So military times. You would think this represents the military, but it is, and Navy times, and all these times basically are not part of the military. That was surprising to me, because I remember thinking one time, I even brought this up when I was still in SEAL teams. I brought up, how can the Navy Times be saying this stuff? And then I was informed by a very senior officer and a senior enlisted that the military times, Navy times, and so forth were not part of the military, and that they were independent and oftentimes left-leaning, liberal. So as we know right now, pretty much all of the mainstream media is basically a tool for the deep state. They're mind controlling people and so forth. So here it is right here. You're going to see that mind control happening within military articles and military officers coming out and making statements. Now, these high-ranking military officers, that a lot of them cleaned out by the Trump administration for being baddies that had been inserted by Obama, they were cleaned out. So Obama cleaned out the good officers, in my opinion, and they basically formed up. They formed up, and they helped Trump get elected. All right, so that is what's going on right now with that 17th letter in the alphabet movement and so forth. There's been a very clean amount of intelligence that has been coming through, informing American people, and that was the intention. This 17th letter of the alphabet has been going on for a very long time, actually. It wasn't something new. There were people in the background that were using this to keep informed, and had been using it probably all the way back to the assassination of Kennedy, and probably even further back than that. All right, so look at these headlines. Military Times, Trump's popularity slips in latest Military Times polls. So these polls obviously oftentimes are manipulated. It's just more of the BS that happens with these things. An Admiral, Steve Abbott, obviously a deep state boy. Trump says the military will vote for him. Let's pull it up real quick. But he lost their support long ago. So don't agree with that. The military speaks out. New America. So in this article, basically they're saying that Trump only had 54 positive statements from military officers and 309 negative ones, right? So were these deep state boys and girls? Probably. So they just step up and make their nasty little comments. So this is what's going on, guys. We're having a lot of flack. Basically, we're trying to fly in and bomb these deep state guys, but we're getting flack from people that shouldn't be giving us flack. So in my opinion, these people are traitors, and I think eventually they'll be treated that way. So retired Army Brigadier General says Trump loyalists in the military need rooting out. Yeah, retired Brigadier General. Who is this guy? Who is this clown town? Goes on and on. Huh. I don't see him. So who is he? It's probably in this article, but I don't have the time to look at stupid. So anyway, let's move on and look at some other stuff. So as you guys know, we're in a war, and in every war, there are, going to be people on both sides. I think that even during World War I and II, they had to clean out some people. I promise you they did, because that's what needs to be happening right now. And I don't think it's. I mean, I've seen this. When I was in the military, that some baddies need to be cleaned out, but wormed their way up to the top. And then I saw, when I was in the CIA, some baddies, and they needed to be cleaned out and weren't, because the leadership at that time was actually, promoting them up, because they were going to use them in their little nasty little games. All right, so Monkey Works has been putting out some really good stuff. He's been talking about, and I've heard a lot of different reports on it, where it had been a possible Chinese sub off the coast, where Palm Beach is. Of course, that's where Trump is, in the Winter White House, and that I think they may have destroyed it, or at least dropped something on it to get it a little hint that it needs to go away, because there was an explosion out there, and they said it was just a test. They're doing a testing out there in the water. So Monkey Works, he's been doing a really good job of watching Guantanamo, the activity in Guantanamo, which is picking up, and then they have the P-8s, which I'll talk about the P-8s in a minute, because I've had experience on some of these aircraft, and I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm not going to give you any insights. I'm not going to release any top secret information to you guys. I know you love that, but it doesn't happen for me. I just give you insights that I can share.
This one is normal coming from, that's going to be your Jags coming out of Jacksonville. And then, of course, Airborne Express, that's going to be a cargo coming out of Norfolk.
All right, so right now he's talking about movement to and from Guantanamo. So there's serious activity that's going on right now.
Sure, there's some NCIS activity. It's these right here.
NCIS, which is basically the Naval, Investigative Service.
And as I went over to Biggs, I didn't see any information in terms of their webpage. I didn't see any information that had stuff related to the troop rotations or anything like that. So it just seems something is definitely on an uptick, without a doubt. So we'll keep our eye on it and see if that continues. But the P-8 activity off the Florida coast again is just ongoing every day, and so we keep seeing stuff going on out there. And I tell you, looking at the Marine traffic app, I'm not seeing anything out of the norm down here. It's just regular stuff. And so again, there's our P-8. Looks like he's now headed south, and we did see some increased fighter activity going on yesterday out here as well, or actually down.
All right, so there is a lot of increased activity. Let's go back up there, see that. So these three, the Fort Bliss, Texas, Charleston International Air Force Base, also have a Charleston Air Force Base there, I believe. Oh, that is Air Force Base, yep. And then Biggs, Fort Bliss. So three different, unusual aircraft movements. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll send the basically the military officers down to do the, trials. They'll bring down juries and so forth. So it looks like that's on an uptick right now. Of course, this time frame was supposed to have the largest caseload in the history of Guantanamo. So that's ongoing right now. And why would they? What? We're not in war, right? Any war that has been published anyway. But for it to go to such a level, that means there kind of is a war, right? Like I've been saying. So we're reporting on stuff. So this is stuff that we can see that's available to the public. And, some of us are out there, trying our best to keep you guys informed. So Monkey Works doing an excellent job of doing that. So the P8, I've flown on the P3, which is the predecessor of the P8. And it's quite an aircraft, or at least the one I used to fly on. This one is even more high tech, way more high tech. So the P8 is anti-submarine warfare. So submarines, Chinese submarine off the coast of Florida is what, some leakage of information has come out about. So the P8s are flying like crazy out there. And like I said, there was a report of a test explosion out there. So they also do anti-surface warfare, because there's also reports of maybe a shot fired at Trump's Palm Beach estate. Some people are saying that could have been a drone. Then there was reports of unusual traffic out there and so forth. So shipping interdiction. When I was at SEAL Team 6, I was one of the first chiefs from a squadron to go into operations. And then from that point on, all the different squadrons started sending chiefs in there for usually about 3 months at a time, sometimes longer. So I was in there for about 3 months. So it was a successful, operation. And then from that point on, everybody started sending chiefs in there. So I flew on a P3, and that was because we used to do maritime interdiction, and probably still do that as part of the training for SEAL Team 6 and so forth. So you use your imagination what that is about. There's probably been a lot of books written about a lot of that stuff. I'm not going to go into it. But this P8 can also drop torpedoes from 30,000 feet. Harpoon anti-ship missiles, sono buoys. So they drop sono buoys in, and then the sono buoys float on the surface and send down a signal so they can look at the, seascape, and all these basically go back up to officers that are controls that monitor all this. So you can see here, this is super high speed from when I used to go on the P3. So you see here, looks like, several officers in banks of computers with information. These guys would have different focus. Some would focus on just the ships on the surface. Maybe another one would focus on aircraft or, submarines. Another one would be the officer that would, because they can launch drones from the P8 as well. So another one would control the drone, and I gather more information. So as you can see, these things are super high tech. They have advanced weapon systems, and they can do a lot of different things simultaneously. So quite amazing, what our military can do, and quite amazing what our military will do in the future, near future. All right. So I believe right now there are people involved in convincing very high level people, maybe some of them I've talked to recently, that are, helping to persuade some officers within the ranks that they need to get on board, because that's really what needs to happen. And they're showing and giving evidence and so forth that maybe they weren't exposed to because of the way the information is manipulated. All right. Why is $3.75 billion in COVID relief money going to the Bill Gates organization that fights AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria? I think we know the reason, because the deep state is pretty much, going to hook everybody up, but us. All right. And that's going to be the way it goes in the future, guys. So they also came out with a bill to basically take down two more bills came out to restrict our gun rights. Right now, part of the gun right restriction is you can barely get any ammo anywhere. All right, so that's pretty much a lockdown on guns as well, right? If you can have all the guns you want, but if you can't put any ammunition in them, they're useless to you. So there's a huge ammunition shortage. So that's part of what these guys are doing right now. They're restricting the guns. They get the guns, guys. They control the guns, and then it's all gone. That's happened in every communist country ever, always. So that will be they're leaning hard on that right now. And we knew that would happen if one of these knuckleheads got in office, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. So this is going to turn around. It will turn around. So on the other side of this, a lot of officers and your sons and daughters enlisted and so forth that are in the military. We need to let them know that they have our support to uphold the Constitution and their oaths of office to protect America from foreign and domestic enemy. We have domestic enemies right now within the United States. So, Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So you have Michael K. Jaco. On this site is 196 subscribers. So my backup channel, which a lot of you guys are live with me right now, is Michael Jaco. So in Michael Jaco, in my backup channel, I don't have any strikes. So as you can see right now, I am live with 1,500 of you watching. Normally in the past, I would have like 11,000 watching, but everything's being restricted right now. So at least we're getting the information out there. You guys will come in and look at this later, but that's the way things are right now. All right. While you're in here watching this video, you can always come back to and look at all of the different things that I have to offer, like my Unleashing Intuition courses. Whoop, that's live. Let's see. Like my Unleashing Intuition courses, effective EMF and 5G protection from EMF Harmonized, and Ascent Nutrition. So the Ascent Nutrition right now has a special going on, and it was made just for my site. It's kind of cool. It's the Intuition Bundle. So it's 5% off right now. And within that bundle is the Nootropic Focus, Peak Liver Support, Peak Gut Health. So what are the benefits of Nootropic Focus? This is pretty impressive. I've used this. It helps me a lot. Brain health and concentration, focus and attention to detail, acquisition of information, memory and recall, sense of calmness and alertness during these times. Definitely needs something like that, right? And then 2 special growth factors known as nerve growth factor, NGF, and brain-derived nootropic factor. So that's one of the things that's in this package. Another one is peak liver support. So the Chinese are all about, for thousands of years, they talk about how a detoxified liver is super important for every aspect of your life. Has biophotons, free radical scavengers, which is basically anti-aging and helps energy levels. And then, of course, the peak gut health for weight maintenance, prebiotic fibers and probiotics, overall gut health and function, brain health. And one of the things that is very important is a healthy inflammatory response. If you have inflammation, which a lot of us do, unfortunately, I have a little inflammation after working out hard. So I need stuff like that to basically keep that inflammation down. Otherwise, I get a lot of soreness, or I get disease, or you get disease. I don't get disease. So because I keep my body very, very healthy. So this intuition bundle, it's a special bundle. It's on special, 5% off. Highly recommend it from the Scent Nutrition. All right. So supporting, the people that are in that list down there, or the different stuff that's down there, helps me continue to put out this information. So I appreciate you guys doing that. Gavin Newsom tells Californians they are never going back to normal after COVID because of acceptance of inequality. What does that even mean? So, I mean, these liberals, these communists are basically taking it to the next level. So what does that even mean? All right. So if Gavin Newsom believes California is systemically racist through government policy, then he has nowhere else to look but at the Democratic Party of California. Democrats have enjoyed supermajorities in the California state legislature for over a decade. So if they've been in charge, then how is it that everything is so out of whack? How is it that everything is so screwed up? Because they're screwing it up. So it's pretty easy to see this. It's very frustrating to live here in California. I'm not going to live in California much longer if Gavin Newsom stays here. So he is he's going to be recalled unless they manipulate that and shut that down, which, they seem to be able to do. So if that happens, then Mike is bye-bye from California. So hopefully you guys stay here. Good luck to you. Hope you can turn things around, but I'm done. All right. The police are called after New York Governor Cuomo's latest sexual harassment accusation. This is misdirection, guys. How many times have they basically taken somebody out in the political spectrum that has been sexually harassing or raping, like Bill Clinton people, right? Never. It doesn't happen. It's all misdirection. So what really needs to happen is to focus on how we put seniors in nursing homes and long-term care people back in their homes. And because of that, basically killed tens of thousands, right? That's where the real focus needs. He's a murderer, right? So that's where it needs to focus. Although I think that the sexual harassment and worse basically need one of those for anyone anywhere else would have gotten them fired instantaneously. How is it that he's still there? Because it's a misdirection, guys. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere until they impeach him. This is all just misdirection. Although probably true, I'm sure it is, and reprehensible on an absolutely, major level. Like I said, any one of us, whether male or female, that did anything like this to another opposite sex or same sex or whatever, we'd be gone instantaneously from a job. All right. The allegations by the female aide, who is the sixth woman to accuse Cuomo of inappropriate behavior, were first reported Tuesday by the Times-Union. The additional details describe the most egregious behavior attributed to the governor to date. Conduct that could potentially be pursued as a misdemeanor sexual assault charge. All right. So is that going to get him kicked out of office? So probably not, unfortunately. Steve Smith, a spokesman for the Albany police, said that the department had not received a formal complaint from the woman, who has not been identified, but that it had reached out to be a representative for her. This does not mean, Mr. Smith said, that the department has opened a criminal investigation, but it has offered its services to the alleged victim, as we would do with any other report or incident. On Wednesday, it broke that he reportedly she was groped. So basically went into his office to help him out, and he closed the door on the second floor and allegedly reached under her blouse and began to fondle her, right? So is it just misdirection? I don't know. I believe it is. And the real thing that should be going on is basically he should be under trial for murder. All right. House passes pair of Biden-approved gun control bills. This is what we're talking about. This is a slow drip to take our guns away, guys. So they're basically, the background check is by the FBI is being extended, I think, up to you know, from a few days to like 10 days. And of course, they're saying that this gives criminals less opportunity to get guns. So I don't know, guys. Criminals get guns, right? They get guns from other criminals. They don't normally go buy them because they know they're going to get a background check. And if they've been involved in a, you know, if they're criminals, they don't get their guns. So this is not about criminals. This is about the Americans trying to protect themselves from criminals, like some of these House representatives, right? So that's what's really going on. Here's the video from the border. Joe Biden wishes didn't exist. Joe Biden is not even here anymore. He doesn't care. He's a puppet. Whatever that thing is that is posing as Joe Biden, that hasn't had a press conference in 50 days. Whatever that thing is, whoever that usurper is, it doesn't care. It doesn't care. All right. So, and the people that are puppeting that thing, they obviously don't care, because they're trying to flood America with illegal aliens, because they're going to make sure that the next time this vote comes up, that they have millions upon millions of illegal aliens that they help and they give money to that are going to vote for them. So look at that lineup of people waiting to get across the river. So here's the boat driver just paddling across, la-di-da, la-di-da. Hundreds, thousands of people every day getting across, right?
Hola.
Hola, welcome to America. All right. American taxpayers will now take care of you. Although we didn't agree to that, we're going to anyway. All right, so that's what's happening right now. How long is it going to last? It's going to last until somebody gets whoever that is and whoever that group is that is illegally there out. All right. And if we support our military more and convince our military leadership that we want that to happen, then it's going to happen. All right. So those knuckleheads that are not on board and not letting this, kick off are holding things up. So we need to pray that they get it. Lance, good seeing you there, buddy. Love promoting your products. Your products are absolutely amazing. So what's we got? We got a lot of chat in here. Feminine, thank you. Links below for Michael's courses and Optimized Tribe. Yes, Optimized Tribe. We're coming up with some new stuff with Optimized Tribe. Jay and I'll talk about this tomorrow. There are DUMs at Fort Hood. Yes, plenty of soldiers came out and said, so with the last murder that happened with the last woman. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Natalie. Yeah, there's definitely some problems in the military like that. Right. So those people won't jump in because he was cleaning that stuff up, guys. Natalie, woman soldier that was found in Little River Academy, Texas. This is sad, long defeat for the cabal. They won't stop until someone stops them. That's right, Ryan. So we're going to stop them. 107 on David and Stacy's Whitehead YouTube right now. I think that got delayed, Michael. I think I'm pretty sure that David said that Juan was busy in meetings. All right, guys. So I've heard, I know you guys don't like to hear this, and I don't like to be the one to put some of this stuff out, but I have to tell you because I've been told that tomorrow could be a very interesting day. So, it could come and go just like a lot of other ones, but, I've heard that tomorrow could be something. So we'll see. Friday, tomorrow. Friday, what is that, the 12th? Friday the 12th. So we'll see what happens. Gavin is going to be in trouble soon. The drug dealer, El Chapo, said he was giving him and Nancy P over 100 million over the last 10 years. Wow. Gigi, that's cool. So yeah, these guys are under a lot of pressure, but as you guys see, they just keep going on, right? Like ever was that Ever Ready Bunny? Yeah, just keep on going and going and going. And I just keep doing more and more evil. So Newsom is going by one way or another, probably. Legally, I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's legal. It's going to be legal in some fashion. Cuomo equals mafia, absolutely. Mafia deep state. Sidney Powell did not make statements about tribunals on her Telegram. If she did, it wasn't there. Tough times. Yeah, they're really going to broadcast that. I would like to see the Cuomo brothers in a celebrity death match. Mikey Works has great info. Yes, Susan Baker absolutely does. Plastic clone. Bye Biden. Exactly. JFK needs to come out soon. JFK, yeah, absolutely. JFK Jr. But I guess he is a JFK now, right? Because senior is bye-bye. So he's no longer junior. But we'll call him that because that's what he was when he went undercover. JCK says August is nuisance demise in Cali. Love JCK, so I will see. That's good. Michael Jacobs, Rabasa, and I need our wrenches. Need a wrench. Let me see. All right. So you're seeing what I'm seeing right here. So I'm trying to give you a wrench. They won't let me give you a wrench, guys. Sorry. So that's just the way it is here. You know, they are letting the little crap heads come in here and disrupt. Nothing I can do about it. So we just have to ignore them. You have to learn to stay in your place of happy at all times. It's very important going forward. All right. When I learned how to maintain my place of happy, even in combat zones, even when I had like diving rigs or parachutes or whatever fail, I didn't let myself get too into it. I just like stayed calm, worked my way through it, and always got through it. So I highly recommend you guys, when the shiat hits the fanny, then you guys keep yourself in that happy place. Lots of fires across America now. So, but here in California, we're getting a lot of snow in the mountains, and also in Denver and Boulder, where I was supposed to go tomorrow. They basically postponed my meeting with them because they're supposed to get like up to 6 feet of snow in some areas. So they're basically going to shut everything down because they're going to get overwhelmed by snow coming up. So lots of fires in some places, but some places we're able to get some snow and rain, and I think that's going to be going on over the next several weeks. I think a lot of snow and rain's coming in, guys. So I'm working on it, and hopefully that helps. So you guys, as influencers, can do that too. So start to meditate and pray. If you're not in a meditation zone and you try and think that you want to manifest something, it doesn't work that way. So you have to be in these higher states of consciousness, and then you do your meditation for something, prayers or whatever, and that's when it really has an effect. All right. So let's look at a real quick meditation that the military is going to come forward and do their thing. All right. So take a deep breath, and we're going to do it without the bowl, because I want you guys to get to the point where you just go there on your own. Right. So I'm in this meditative zone always. I'm in a moving meditation. It took me many years to do that, but you can get there very quickly. All right. I'm teaching you guys how to do that. You don't have to go through decades worth of work. You can do it very rapidly. I've seen people remote view almost instantaneously, and I'm like, dang, it took me years to do that. And the course that I have, if you were to go anywhere else, I've seen it offered for thousands of dollars, guys. Now, if you came and you did a one-on-one with me, you'd pay a lot of money because you have to fly here or move or, get here. You have to have, you have to stay somewhere. You have to, buy your food, and then you have to pay because you're getting one-on-one or a small group fee. Is very, very expensive. So when I offer that course, it's incredibly cheap compared to what you would pay, especially if you guys overseas. A lot of you guys overseas, all around the world, are doing these courses that I have. So it's very, very efficient and effective pricing. I'm teaching you guys how to do stuff that took me decades to do, and a lot of you guys, almost everyone, is doing this almost instantaneously. All right, so it's amazing stuff. All right, so meditation, taking a deep breath. Any tension you have in your body, as you take in that deep breath, build it up, and on the exhale, let it all go. Now take in another deep breath. Any tension still left after that exhale, build it up, and now exhale and let it go. That's right, Mr. Adam. Happy place, like that. Good. So you guys should kind of be in your happy place right now. Just focus on your breath. Take in your breath. If any thought comes in, just let it go. Just let it slip through. Focus on the breath. You can't do two things at the same time when it comes to this stuff, right? All right, so now surround yourself with a golden ball of light. This beautiful golden ball of light is healing and protective. It penetrates all the way down to the very core, all the way down to the cellular level, all the way down to the atomic level. Every cell in your body filled with beautiful light, all the atoms filled with light, beautiful, golden, healing, loving light. Feel that love, feel that light. And now, with golden ball of light, wherever you are in the world, imagine that golden ball of light going all across America to all of the military bases, cleaning out the negative military that are there, surrounding them with golden loving light that exposes them, weakens them, and pretty much takes them out. All right. And those that are of the light, that want to do good, they're giving this golden ball of light as protection and to help them make quick and informed decisions, and to do that soon. So hopefully that happens soon, right, guys? We've been waiting, but we know that there's some issues going on with those guys. They don't want to get blindsided. They want to go and take care of business and not have to worry about people they shouldn't be having to worry about, right? And that's just the way it is right now, unfortunately. All right, so sending those guys love all over America. The American military, like they have done in virtually every war for the last 2 decades or 2 centuries, will come forward and do great things. All right, lots of love out there to everyone, and we'll see you guys